Mike Moore Media, the first place to hear Rockingham County news and information.
The mayor of Eden, Neville Hall, is on our media line. Our program is sponsored by Carter's Auto Repair and Exhaust on Kings Highway in Eden. Hey, Mayor.
Hey, Mike. Hope you're having a good day.
So far, so good. Yeah, we got started with a pretty good ribbon cutting this morning at the Arc Skate Shop, didn't we?
Yes, it's always a pleasure to cut a ribbon for another business opportunity.
Yeah. You know, I need to ask Jennifer, how many ribbon cuttings has she had this year at the Chamber? There have been a lot.
They sure have, and that's a good sign. I think everything's that's positive news.
Yeah, always. Yeah, good things are happening, even in a crazy year, and people are opening and doing well. So that entrepreneurial spirit, particularly in Uptown Eden, is thriving, that's for sure. Well, do we need to kind of recap things for the year or look back at City Council meeting last week, or what's on your agenda there, Mayor?
Well, really not a lot to cover. I just wanted to, touch base with you and just, hopefully make sure everybody is doing the right things as far as the COVID situation is going on, so that hopefully we're almost to the end of that. And I know it's going to be a time for families to really want to get together and gather. And I think as long as everybody maintains the social distance and washes their hands and wears a mask any chance you get, I'm hoping that we're getting near the end of this pandemic with the vaccine being available. And I just, here at Christmas time, it's tough to not do your traditions that you've done all your life. So, like I said, if we just can bear with it for just a little bit longer, I think we can finally get through this and move forward. Yeah.
Good things to think about for sure. Well, I thought maybe we would look at City Council meeting last week, because some good things came out of that, and I was particularly interested in the city manager's report, his monthly report. There's some good news in there from start to finish.
Yeah, he's been busy with all the things happening in Eden. The council's been busy. Of course, the staff is always working to try to make the city a better place. And I think we've had a tremendous 2020 in spite of, like you said, in spite of the fact that we're in a pandemic time. I think that the economy here is thriving and jobs are available. The housing market is tight because more people want to move here. And that's always a good thing. We're hoping we can work with some residential developers and have some opportunity to expand the housing availability for people who do want to live here. I think some of the stuff happening with the pandemic is encouraging people to move out of the urban areas and into more rural areas like ours. So we're seeing some of that, and also seeing that the people are finding out you don't need to be in a high-rise office building to get your work done, so they're moving out of the city because of that too. But back to your original question, because it's twice you've asked me and I didn't answer it either time. At the council meeting, we traditionally our December meeting is brief. We try not to have a whole lot of items that need much discussion or consideration. We try to schedule those for November and usually have a long meeting, and then again in January another pretty long meeting. And that's been tradition for years, because for I don't know how many years, I think Mayor Grogan started this many years ago. After the December meeting, the council and the department heads always had a Christmas gathering, but unfortunately this year we're not able to do that. But in spite of that, we still had a relatively short meeting with not a lot on the agenda. One thing that we did discuss and vote on to approve is the interactive child path that is going to be a part of the Greenway system.
Yeah.
And the strategic planning committee had recommended we do that, and it's some really cool looking features that'll be added there for the kids that'll be able to go out on the Greenway and experience that. So we approved that, and look forward to seeing that come together.
Yeah, that's the first time I'd heard about that, but I know Jim Burnett and some others were instrumental in that project. And tell us a little bit about that, because that's really a kind of a hands-on project there for a special group of young people.
Yeah, actually the Strategic Planning Committee had brought it to the council back in July or August. At that time, we were really uncertain about our budget situation and how the COVID would impact sales tax and revenue. And, of course, like everybody in the country, you just didn't know what to expect. So we unfortunately had to tell them then that we weren't approving any kind of expenditures until we had to, for a piece of equipment or something that we had to replace. But then they went out and raised over half of the money that's required to finish that trail for the children's part of the Greenway, and brought it back to us, and we were able to go ahead and grant them the remainder of that to finish the trail, finish the project. So it's going to be a joint venture between us and the Education Foundation. That's what it's called. But anyway, it's going to be fun for the young kids to go out there and be a part of nature and interact with the animals and different things that are on the Greenway.
Yeah, that's a personal thing for sure. Okay, well, if we look at what happened in Eden this year, I guess the feather in the city's cap is the Nestle Purina plant that was announced back at the end of September, I believe it was.
Yeah.
So isn't that great news? And are there some other things that kind of that jump off the plate you think about this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think that obviously that one's going to be that's the biggest single investment in the history of Rockingham County. So that one's obviously going to jump off the page at anybody who's looking at economic growth. So yeah, that's a game changer for us. And then, but not to be discounted, there have been multiple other businesses and companies that opened. And for instance, the Night Owl Construction at the Eden Mall, that building was vacant for 25 years, and now it's occupied, and he's expanding his business, hiring 60 people. And I think with the cabinet making, he's going to add another 18 jobs. So, and there's flex space if people want to rent a space in there. He'll build it to suit, and just to see a different kind of use for a building that basically had reached the end of its economic life and had been vacant for 25 years or more. So it's just great to see that people are willing to take a chance and do business here in Eden. And I think our citizens are always welcoming, and I think that the city does. We do everything we can at the city level to make it a business-friendly environment. We have a good workforce, and it's been a really good year for us in Eden with the jobs and the economy, and especially the small businesses. We've had, like you mentioned earlier, I don't know how many ribbon cuttings this year, and it just keeps going on with the uptown areas as well as the Boulevard and Draper. I mean, we've had them in every section of town, and it's just great to see that people are shopping local. I know that the Uptown Leaksville has had an event each Saturday for the last month, and it really looked like what I imagine the 40s and 50s looked like on Washington Street. I mean, the sidewalks were packed on both sides, and it's just a lot of people were out. And, of course, it's been great weather, too, so they have had a very good turnout for those things, and that helps. I mean, these small businesses are what keep the world going, so they need support during this time. The big guys are making as much or more than they always have, so if you want these little guys to stay around, you gotta go see them every now and then.
That's right. Yeah. I know they posted something the other day. I like this. There's no place like local for the holidays. That's kind of neat.
Yeah. My wife's store, she's got a sign out front that said Santa knows who's shopping local.
Okay, there you go. I like that. Okay, check on that list. All right. Yeah. You're right. Good things are happening in Eden and have been happening this year. That's for sure. While we're kind of out in the Nestle Purina neighborhood there, do we see any more activity and some things maybe happening with Berry Hill Park this coming year?
Yeah, they're actually expanding some of the pads and making them more flexible and more usable for bigger industrial users, which is good. I mean, anytime you can have a pad-ready site, that's really attractive to industry. And then the more of it that they're able to get done with the funding and make the pads bigger and bigger, then that gives you more opportunity for companies to come. And again, they're always, we're not in on the marketing of that, but we keep in touch with the Danville, Pennsylvania County people who are in the marketing, and they are very optimistic. They seem to show those properties, show that property quite often, and that's the size of those projects are so large that when you're looking at a company that possibly would locate there, that they're looking literally anywhere in the world. So they take their time, and they, their site selection can be years in the making, because it's if you can imagine building some sort of a plant from the ground up, it's a major undertaking. So they want to make sure they're in the place that they want to be, and I think that with the Purina plant opening back up, the state of North Carolina and Virginia repaired all the rail lines that had been abandoned for several years and had damage from trees across. So the rail access is back down there. The water and sewer's there. The Dominion Energy is building there. So, and the state of Virginia is doing that. I had heard one time $70 million road improvement to attach the park to the bypass with a 4-lane road. So all those things are being put in place so that whenever there's a company that comes to visit and they ask a question, we can check every block off, and then hopefully they'll choose to be there. But the fact that so many people are coming and visiting and have it on their list of, you don't normally get a visit until you're really in the consideration. They don't have to ride around and see each property until they're really considering moving there. Mm-hmm. And I think Danville too. They approved that casino.
Oh yeah.
And I know that's going to draw some people from all over the region that want to go there for entertainment. And I think that having that and between Eden and Danville, you got this huge park that can hire a lot and employ a lot of people. I'm hoping that we.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, I was just saying that it's nice that we have made a relationship, I guess you could say, with our neighbors in Virginia. For many years, they've always felt like there was when you got to the state line, then you became competitors. And I think that over the last 15 or 20 years, with this agreement with them to supply the water and sewer, that we really partnered with Virginia and Danville very well, and I think we'll benefit from their growth as well as the development that'll happen in that park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great partnership for sure. And it takes patience on everybody's part, because it does take a long time, as you said, years sometimes, in making things like that happen. Okay, Getting people there. All right. Well, Mayor, always good to talk to you. Thank you for a good year.
Wait a minute. Wait just a second. I forgot the most important thing.
Okay.
I'm honored to be speaking with the Eden Chamber of Commerce Member of the Month, Mike Momedia. I think that is a great accomplishment and well deserved, and I appreciate what you do for the citizens to keep everybody informed, including myself. About most of the time I learn something from you when we talk, so I appreciate you doing what you do, and hope you keep up the good work and have a great 2021.
Well, I appreciate your kind words and your support, and thank you for that. That's very nice. And all the best to you and your family, and to city employees, and have a wonderful Christmas, and off to a good start in the new year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you and everybody who's listening. I hope everybody has a happy and healthy new year.
Thank you, Mayor. Talk to you in 2021.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Sounds good. Bye-bye.
That's Neville Hall. He's the mayor of Eden. Our program is sponsored by Carter's Auto Repair and Exhaust. Charles Carter has over 30 years of experience, quality work, affordable prices. Anyone who uses Charles knows what great work he does. All qualified mechanics there on his team. Automotive work, whatever you need it. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5 at Carter's Auto Repair and Exhaust on Kings Highway in Eden. For more information, go to the city website. That's edennc.us.